So this is how you can check the status of your request. But before checking the status, it's very important to check whether the waiting period is up. Remember here I said on ready state change. Whenever the ready state changed, we call this AJAX response. But before we check the code, it's very important to check that the ready state is done, meaning that we have data or we have response. We have response. We need to check whether we have response or not, regardless of whether the response was successful or not. So here we need to say if, and then we need to check the ready state status. So the HTTP request will allow us to do that. So I'm going to say HTTP request, and then I'm going to call a property called ready state. And then if that ready state is equal to XML request dot done, meaning that if the ready state is done, if we aren't waiting anymore, if the waiting period is up, and of course all of this happens within milliseconds, so it happens so fast. Don't think of this as even 1 second. It's less than 1 second, of course. It happens so fast. Of course, there are times where it takes much longer depending upon connection to the server. Maybe there's a problem with connecting to the server, but most of the time it's going to be super fast. So here, if we have response, then we can copy all of this code, and then remove it, and then paste it inside this if statement, and then push all of this inside. And let me again explain this one more time. In case the ready state is done, in case we are no longer waiting, then we need to check whether we have data or not, whether the status is 200 or not. If it's 200, it means we have data. If it's not 200, then we don't have data. And else, if the ready state is not done, then we can tell the user something. We can tell that there is a problem or whatever we want to do. So here you can say console. Usually we don't tell the user here about the waiting period, about the ready state is done or not. You shouldn't be using the alert, for example, or anything that displays a window above the user interface, because if you do that, then there is no point of using AJAX. You need to do all of this behind the scenes. So here, waiting, ready state or waiting period, ready state is not done yet. And here, in case of failure, we can tell the user that there is a problem, because here it's the end of the request. Here we got the data, we can display the data, and here we have a problem. So if we have a problem, there is no problem of using the alert, because this is the end of the request. Here I'm going to say there is problem with the server. And here we have the data. Here I'm going to say alert, and then we have the data. Don't forget to add the double quotes here at the beginning and at the end. And we are here good to go. So this is again the function that's going to be called upon ready state changed. So it's going to check whether the ready state is done. If it's done, it's going to get the data. If the data is available, if we don't have data, it's going to tell the user that there is a problem. If the ready state is not done yet, if the period is not over, then we say ready state is not done yet.